Joining us now to review some of the headlines of today's newspapers from around the world is Arise News analyst Emmanuel Efeni. Good morning.
Good morning,
Ruben.
Malabai. Good morning, Rufai.
Malabai.
The lovely Tundu, good morning.
Good morning, Mr.
Yes.
Teddy.
Let's start with these day newspapers. Nigeria's newspaper of record.
That's it.
Yes, the lead story. NEC directs Osinbajo governors to engage youths, CSOs, that's civil society organizations, on jobs creation. Others considers framework to devolve more control of security agencies to states. Yes, the National Economic Council, chaired by the Vice President, Professor Yemi Osinbajo, has set up the committee, which is to commence work immediately. And the committee will develop a comprehensive framework and coordinate joint actions and steps to be taken by both federal and state governments to examine the fundamental issues underlying the EndSARS protest and arrive at effective solution. Grand plan. Welcome development. Of course, the committee will also develop a framework to engage with security agencies that will devolve more control to governors who are the chief executive of their states. Yes, there was this emergency meeting of the National Economic Council. But the issue of devolution of powers, control of security agencies to the states, to the state governors, I think that is a welcome development, but seems extra constitutional, because recall that at the last meeting of the NEC, that was also put forward, that state governors should supervise the new security police team, as well as other security agencies. Then I was raising the question whether they have the constitutional powers to do so, because these security agencies, whether DSS, the army, the police, report to their bosses in Abuja, as well as, of course, who report to the commander-in-chief. But we'll see how this devolves. Let's look at other stories in other Nigerian newspapers. The Daily Trust newspaper, tackle looters, Buratai tells military commanders, will resist plot to destabilize Nigeria. Military should be circumspect. Experts, looters cut away tractors in Adamawa, hospital beds in Taraba. Now the Punch newspaper, the lead story, protesters, lawyers tackle Buratai as army chief dismisses ICC threat. I am not afraid of travel ban. Ready to live in Nigeria, says chief of army staff. You won't get away with killing peaceful protesters, army chief told. Yes. Now, the Nation newspaper, yes, good to see the Nation newspaper back stronger, I want to believe. You cannot cow the journalists or the media. Soldiers deployed in cities to stop more looting arson. Buratai gives marching order. UK urges restraint as normalcy is restored. A quote there, we will not allow any force, elements, or destabilizing agents in or outside our country to set our beloved country on fire. That's the chief of army staff speaking. Sounds like the head of the president speaking there, but that is the chief of army staff, assuming some high ground to make such pronouncements. Now, the Daily Sun newspaper, EndSARS protest, Afenifere Ohaneze reject army chief's destabilization plot theory. Buratai accuses international community orders of blackmailing military. Now, the Daily Independent newspaper. NSAS. Those behind Lekki shootings will be dealt with. Sanwo-Olu says we will make CCTV footage available to panel. Panel urges victims of Lekki shootings to come forward. CCTV footage, which of the CCTV footages is it talking about? Is it the one Baba Tunde Fashola found? He found a camera. I hope that is not the one he's referring to, because there are already huge question marks about that
Mr. Feni,
camera.
Off your mic. Off your mic.
We don't offer mic here. Let me move on. Vanguard newspaper. Kogi on fire as looting continues in Abuja, Calabar. Pregnant woman, 15 other looters die in clashes with security agencies. Police begin arrest of looters. Over 80 in custody, according to the Commissioner of Police. Mop-up items stolen from garment factory, CICC. National Assembly Members Office orders. Looters get 24 hours to return stolen items. Ayade offers 100,000 naira for tips. Hoodlums invade KADP private warehouses, cut away fertilizers, rice. Attack bank ATMs. Journalists hit by stray bullets. Police arrest suspects. 2 die in stampede over COVID-19 palliatives in Abuja. Federal government shocked. Beg looters to return vaccines. Medical items. The Daily Trust, the New Telegraph newspaper, deal with enemies. Buratai orders GOC's commanders. Says military won't allow Nigeria to be set on fire. Army lost 10 AK-47 rifles during NSAS protests. Sanwo-Olu, Lekki shooters will account for their action. Yes, Army lost 10 AK-47 rifles during NSAS. I have not read anywhere or heard any story of protesters invading Army armory. How did they lose 10 AK-47 rifles? Well, the Army chief will enlighten Nigerians in due course. UK, Nigerian Tribune, UK to judicial panels. Investigate all incidents. Police arrest 433 hoodlums in Kwara, Adamawa, Calabar, Ondo, FCT, Taraba. Plateau government designates 7 courts to prosecute 307 suspects. Banks, businesses closed as soldiers take over roads in Oshogbo. Hoodlums hijack palliative distribution in Ogun. Gunshots in Lokoja, journalists hit. Makinde set aside 500 million naira compensation fund. Now, the Guardian newspaper, Nigeria's The Guardian newspaper, Nigerian economy at risk over lingering crisis. Cost of living reaches all-time high. Inflation rates escalates, defies economic principles. Protests may enhance accountability, improve investment outlook. Now, the foreign newspapers quickly. The UK, the Times of London. Lockdown risk crippling North. MPs warn Johnson. New Tory lobby demands coronavirus exit strategy. Yes, 55 conservative MPs who won Labour seats in the 2019 polls are saying that the North, where lockdown has been imposed, is at the verge of breaking, that Boris Johnson himself is at the verge of breaking his vow to level up the country. The MPs, in a joint statement, said the local lockdown were causing unparalleled disruption and will widen the gap between the north of UK and the south. Now, coronavirus good news, you will say the Daily Express newspaper of UK. Milestone in hunt for COVID vaccine. Oxford jab shows strong immune response in over 55s and the young. Hopes of coronavirus vaccine rose yesterday as trials found that those over 55 and the younger ones have better immunity than even the younger ones, and with minimal side effects. That's what that trial, the Oxford jab trial, is saying. But experts are saying that, of course, this in itself is a milestone in the race to get a vaccine for the coronavirus. But the Daily Telegraph of UK also has another story relating to vaccine. Immunity only lasts few months. COVID vaccine may be needed twice a year, as scientists say. Antibodies decline rapidly. And this is a study carried out by Imperial College London, which involved 365,000 people. And it found out antibodies in the population fell by more than a quarter in 3 months. A lot of work still to be done in the race to get a vaccine that will do the job. But if we just go straight to the United States of America, where the Wall Street Journal is reporting, Barrett sworn in, setting High Court on new path. Yes, Justice Amy Coney Barrett, whom I know Tundu doesn't like so much, has been sworn in as the 115th Supreme Court Justice. She took the first of her 2 oaths yesterday, despite the opposition from Democrats, despite Democrats filibustering. She was confirmed, and she has since been sworn in at the White House.
You don't have to look.
She will take her seat, Tundu. She will take her seat at the Supreme Court.
She will. And look at that picture of her and Clarence Thomas. It reminds you that no matter how scandalous and revolting a nominee is, or whatever they've done, or whatever they're accused of doing, they always get confirmed. Clarence Thomas and Anita Hill, that was disgusting. But yeah, congratulations to her. I actually liked her speech, and I hope it was sincere, but I doubt it. There's a certain political agenda behind every single nomination, and she's not, exempted. It's hoped that from her base, the Republican base, that she will get there and pursue their agenda, unlike the Supreme Court Chief Justice, John Roberts, who many feel has betrayed them. I think that's why Donald Trump had to go to really the far left to ensure that she sticks to the party line. She will stick to the party line. But let's not forget what happened in election 2000. Al Gore lost by 1 vote, and that vote was not at the ballot, it was at the Supreme Court, which remains such a stain on America's democracy. So this is not great.
This
may just be different. Ruben.
I hope so.
The most important news item of the day has been very conveniently ignored by you. Was that deliberate? Because I saw in a number of papers right here in this day, NBC under fire for finding Arise News Channel's AIT.
Why did you skip
You pretended not to have seen that. Anyway.
Well, we don't want to. Don't worry, we know how to fight our battles.
It's fine. It's fine. Thank you so much for that.